Hey, Durena, baby.
How you doing, man?
In
Are
the
you
building.
good? Yeah.
Yeah, let's go. Fuck
Dude.
yeah. Thanks for doing it, man.
Thank you, man. Sorry if the listeners are like, why does he sound so like erotic? I'm running on not a lot of sleep.
Yeah.
We kind of got after it last night. I got to be honest. There's like a gap. There's a gap where I don't remember a lot. And I got to go back to the bar where I left my credit card last night. I don't really get after it much anymore, but I was feeling real, like kind of tired and real foggy. And I was like, let's just have one tequila soda. Just one tequila soda, just kind of get the gears moving, get a little bit of energy in the tank. And then I think I had 4 before I left the comedy club. And then we went to another bar and had a few more. And then we Ubered all the way downtown. Oh, and my Uber rating got smashed because there was a guy who got in who's a very nice guy. He was talking a lot about about GTA 5 and how you should invest in Take-Two right now. Here's some financial advice for people.
Let's get it.
Actually, I got to tell my financial guy to put a bunch of money in Take-Two.
Fact.
But he puked all over the side of the Uber. Like we were driving and he just put his head out and just started like fucking blowing chunks on the highway. He did it pretty discreetly, but my Uber rating got a fucking ding.
Why did you get affected by that?
Because I ordered the Uber.
Oh, for your friend.
No, we were all in the Uber together going to the bar. We're going from a bar in Uptown to a bar in like the East Village. Oh. And so we were going all the way down, and so he didn't puke in the Uber, which is great. Yeah. But he did puke out the window.
Damn.
So yeah,
that kind of sucks.
It does kind of suck, but you know what? That's c'est la vie.
Yeah,
c'est
man.
la vie, my God.
You're hearing super drilling last night too, eh?
What's that?
You said you were hearing a lot of drilling.
Oh,
last night?
dude. Okay, yeah, early this morning. So because then I was up, so I didn't go to bed till like 6, and wild. Then probably 9 a.m. There was a dude who I swear to God was I don't know what he was drilling, but it sounded like he just was continuously drilling one. It was just like like no breaks. Just I think he just carving into the center of the earth. He was going. I don't know where he was going or what he was drilling, but it never stopped, dude. And I just woke up and was like, ugh, and I tried to go back to sleep, and it just wasn't happening, dude.
Do you think that might have been a figment of your imagination?
No, it was real because I listened to it a lot while I was awake. Yeah. And then our buddy Andrew Packer, he's crashing with me right now. And so Andrew came home. He was he went to the fucking bank or something this morning, and so he came back. And then he was like, I was like, the drilling. And he's like, dude, it's been going on for I'm like, what are they drilling?
They don't even know what they're drilling.
They don't even know. Yeah.
I feel like some people, they come here to the city, to the country or whatever, they get these jobs and they're like, yeah, man, I just got to like do something.
I just got to do, I got
to act like I'm busy.
Yeah, I need to be busy. Dude, if you're in New York and you're not busy, it's kind of a waste, dude.
It's a little bit of a waste.
Yeah.
What's your experience been since moving here compared to back home in Canada?
I mean, there's just way more opportunity. Like I feel like you're getting way more rewarded. You're getting much more reward for your work. So things like I do a lot of podcasts at Gas Digital, and at Gas Digital they have a huge podcast network, which gets me out to more people and more fans and all these things. I record my podcast at the Gas Digital studio. I ran into one of the producers there. Or on the street because I live close to the studio, and he's like, "Hey man, what are you doing in the area?" And I was like, "Oh, I live here." He's like, "You're this close to the studio?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Oh man, if we need a guest last minute, can I text you?" And I was like, "Yeah, of course." So then I'm getting on all these pods all the time.
Oh, amazing!
Like just stuff like that you like this couldn't happen in Toronto. And also, the stage time is unbelievable. Like my comedy has. I'm getting ready to record the special in Toronto in about like 4 weeks or so. What day is it?
It's November 12th.
Yeah, about 4 weeks.
Where is it?
We're gonna do it at Comedy Bar Danforth.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
nice.
So
congrats, bro.
Thank you, buddy. I'm very excited about it. I'm very like impressed with the product. And so it's gone through a few evolutions, and seeing where it is now. Like we had a version of it that we showed to a bunch of streamers probably about a year ago, and it's probably about 50% different from that. Like whole like new jokes. All like I took about 50% out and replaced it with different jokes, and so that are tighter and better, and it just flows better. And like the amount of tags and callbacks and act outs and stuff that has changed in the hour, I'm like, holy shit! The amount of stage time and progression I've had since I've been here, it's like nitro fuel on my comedy. I'm still that 50% I took out. I think I'm still gonna. After I do the hour, I'm probably going to do like another 20, 30 after that and let people know like, hey, this is kind of like the leftovers. Like almost do it where like I'm looking at my phone and checking the jokes. I want it to feel a little raw. Okay, what about this one? What about like this got cut? What do you guys think about this? Like these all got cut. Where do you guys think these kind of rank?
You're saying after the show itself?
Yeah.
Like when the show's done, you're gonna carry on and continue to do the 25 that didn't make it?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's what I think I want to do.
Interesting.
Because I still want to put that stuff out, and I think and you also never know what's gonna take. Some of what I think are like my best crafted jokes aren't necessarily going to be good clips, but that's true. They're really good. Like they're good jokes that have callbacks and act outs and all this stuff. So you really need to appreciate those jokes in the hour. But if I clip it up, it's not going to look as tight. So some of this stuff that I'm just kind of throwing away, those might clip better and draw more people in to then actually go watch the hour and appreciate the whole piece of content.
100%.
Yeah,
it's exactly how, because I'm currently working on the same thing too of like having a new hour for this tour set that I'm doing in March, and there's so many callbacks. Yeah. But like you can't clip those.
No, because it makes no sense.
It's almost like every show is just one big inside joke.
Yeah.
You know, but in a way, it's like fuck, man. I wish I could be like a comic like Ryan Long. Is amazing at like every joke on its own. Is a brilliant joke.
Yeah.
He can clip all of them.
Yeah.
Right. But like I wish I could do that. But just the way your style is, I guess, it's like it might not work that way. Yeah. But in a way, it's actually still pretty cool because you get to literally give these guys the best show possible in an hour show. Yeah. It's
and like, I'm sure, and the people who will watch the hour will appreciate it. Someone like Ryan is like almost like a one-liner comic with how many, how like set up. He hits you with so many jokes so fast. It's like set up, punch, set up, punch, set up, punch, set up, punch. And so he has all these really tight, contained moments that clip really well. But I also don't think you should be concerning yourself with that too much. Like you look, especially you look at, I know it's a different age of the internet now, but you look at someone like Bert Kreischer, whose most famous moment is like an 11-minute story. And so, you can't predict what is going to be the thing that shoots you to the stratosphere. Everyone can be like, oh, it's all short stuff. You got to be able to have these little clippable moments. But then the thing that might change your life and career could be like a fucking one-man show or something like that. Yeah.
How do you determine which, like you said, you took out 25 minutes.
Yeah. How
do you determine what to take out and why?
It was just stuff that I felt wasn't strong enough. Like basically what happened was I got to open for Bert, and he told me kind of how to structure an hour and like how to make it as tight and fire as possible. And I moved some stuff around where I basically had this like in the middle portion when I hit about 20 minutes, the first 20 is like really tight. You're getting to know me. I'm hitting you with a lot of jokes really fast. And then when I hit that like 20-minute mark is like some of the most fire material I've ever written that like it just demolishes. And then after that, the old stuff couldn't follow. It just wasn't tight enough. It wasn't good enough. And I was like, I need to replace these things with tighter bits that work stronger. So I took all that stuff out, and it wasn't intentionally like all this stuff needs to go. It was kind of just like bit by bit what naturally started to flow, what jokes worked together, what themes worked together, and it just kind of naturally flowed into a new thing. And I've just improved so much. Like some of this stuff in the hour, that got taken out, I had written like 4 or 5 years ago. Yeah. So like the comedian I am now, like I'm 12, I've been doing it for 12 years. Mm-hmm. So 4 years ago or 4 years of my stand-up is like 33% of my career so far as a stand-up. Sure. So the evolution of how much stronger the bits are now is pretty substantial. But there is some stuff that the reason I still want to record those things is because I still think those bits hold up. And doing them now in the new lens, I've improved them, but I still don't think they fit thematically with what the hour is.
Yeah. It's so interesting, man, because there's no real way of telling if something's like fully done, because even after you do a special or like you finish like a tight half hour, even after you're like, oh fuck, I could have probably said this. And this line,
dude. Yeah, that's the thing you do need to accept, is that it is never fully done. The art is never finished. I think Seinfeld talks about that, about like how there's always like another tag. And even like I just did a weekend in Spokane. Love that. It's one of my favorite cities to perform. I know that people will be like, what the fuck, Spokane, Washington? But it's because my comedy is pretty grimy, and it's a very grimy town, Spokane, and very self-aware about the grime. They know they're a grimy place. And so they connect with the material so well. Like I think I would record a special in Spokane. Like it's just so good. But I came up with like 3 new tags that made my hour even better and even tighter, and it punched up a bunch of other shit. And I was like, fuck, dude, like, and then then makes you think, you go like, well, what, like, am I being lazy with it? Am I not tightening? I should be punching this up every day, all the time, endlessly. But it really never stops. It can get infinitely better, I guess. And you just have to accept it at a certain point and put it out and be like, this is the best product I've created up to this point and the best it can be.
That's insane. Yeah, the thought process that goes behind it.
Yeah. So you just keep tooling and stuff. And I'm the thing I was most frightened about, which I'm always frightened about, is after I put out the hour, is then the new material not standing up to where I was before. Mm-hmm. And this happens to me every time I'm like writing and creating. Is I'll have like a drought where I'm not coming up with anything new. And I basically get this thought where I'm like, oh, well, there's none left. Like there's no more jokes. There's no more funny. I can't.
End of my career.
Yeah, I'm done. It's over. So good time to pack it up.
That's a classic.
And then I just kind of go like, yeah, all right, well, and then I obviously you get through it, and then you write something really good, and then you get back into your groove. But every time I get in that drought, I have the same thought of like, oh, it's over. Okay, well, we had a fun run.
At least I have other skills. I can just go do another job. Fuck it, man.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, I guess I can do something else now.
That's so true though. Like being in New York though, it's like, did it happen here where you got to a point in your career where you're like, oh, you can pretty much go up on stage and know that you're probably not gonna bomb like that hard?
I think I still bomb. I definitely still bomb, and I think you should keep bombing. Like, not intentionally, but you have to be taking the risks that are necessary to improve, which is most likely going to lead to you occasionally bombing. Yeah. Not like, and also you need to respect what the show is and all these kind of things. Course. Like if it's a Tuesday and there's 10 people in the audience, I'm checking my phone to see what the tags are. I'm going through the bits kind of one by one, and like I'm really workshopping the stuff. I'm not going to do that on a Friday 9:00 show. That's like a Friday sold out show. It's like
ridiculous.
No, that's disrespectful to the audience. It's disrespectful to the show. It's disrespectful to the venue. I'm not going to be doing all brand new shit in that scenario. So you like move accordingly to what you need to do, and like you bomb accordingly to make yourself improve properly. But sometimes even on those like sold out Friday shows, you get on and you're like, man, I'm just not connecting with these people at all. And there's some rooms that are just way tougher than other rooms. Like, you're well aware of like how much like lighting and seating and how hot the room is and how high the stage is and all these little tweaks that are invisible to an audience member, but subconsciously really impact the quality of a show. So some rooms have poor setups and make the comedy a lot harder, and some rooms have incredible setups and make almost sometimes the comedy too easy. Yeah. And you think you're some god every time. Have you ever performed at the Comedy Works in Denver?
No.
The Comedy Works in Denver is the
unreal.
It's like what's the best room? No one can say what the best room is. If there's a ranking of like 5 best places to perform comedy in the world, the Comedy Works in Denver is on that list. It's so fire, but it's also one of the few places that was built for comedy. A lot of places it's like, well, very like venues are there and then you put chairs in there and then you do a thing. This place was like, from what I was told, was like sort of built in that like almost like Coliseum style. Where
that's beautiful.
Every like that movie theater thing, every row of seats is like slightly higher than the last. They ram them in there like sardines. The ceiling is so low that when you're on stage, you can reach up and touch it.
Oh wow.
The staff move like ninjas. Like the staff are all very comedy savvy too. So they move like little, like literally like ninjas in the night, all in black. Like you never see them, you never hear them. They seat so many people that people seat up on the stage. They have like, they have like chairs. So it's like, the energy is so tight in there. So you do a weekend there and you go, I'm the greatest comedian ever, dude. I am the greatest comedian in the world, dog.
How do I not have a fucking Netflix special?
Exactly.
This is bullshit.
And I mean, that stuff is very good, but I think it's also, you need like the bad rooms and the good rooms to keep your ego in check, but also 100%. To keep the reality of what comedy is. Like comedy's not always going to be perfect scenario comedy. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's so interesting, man. And you've had, obviously, your fucking social media is crazy. Mm-hmm. Okay. And it's been a few years now.
Yeah. It's been going good.
What has been the experience? I've always wanted to ask you this, but how has it been with like, because if you remember at my show last year in Gramercy, in New York, I was in the meet and greet line, like coming to come and meet. And this one girl came up to me and I was like, hey, how's it going? Like, thanks for coming or whatever. She's like, yeah, it was great. But like, I'm just here for Che. I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, really? Like, you know Che? He's like, yeah. I'm just like, I want to sleep with him. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, cool. Yeah. And you want a picture? She's like, I'm okay. I was like, all right, yeah. Honestly, I fucking love this. This is respect.
Yeah. She had been like messaging me for a long time prior. And she was like, oh, I'm going to come to this show. And I was like, okay, sick. So it was kind of, she was like, I'm in town for like whatever, a few days and like, let's bang. And I was like, yeah, sure. So that was like that setup there. And
that was so funny.
I was like out and loose with the dick for a while. I was enjoying that for a bit, but it almost felt like, when your parents, like, they catch you smoking and they're like, you're going to smoke the whole carton. Like that. I kind of like, I feel like I was like, I would.
That was too funny.
I got to the point where I value, even though I'm like talking about how shitty of a sleep I got, I really value like sleep and rest. And I try to be healthy.
Yeah.
And so, I got to the point where if a girl messaged me after the show, I would be like, okay, well, do you want to come right to the hotel room? And sometimes they would say yes. And
wow, really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Often they would say yes.
That's crazy.
Well, because they know, like,
they know
like,
the deal.
It's like you're setting up the context of like we're not like, I don't know, we're not going to become best friends after this. No. We're just trying to. Well, we both want to fuck.
We know what's going on.
Yeah. And so, but sometimes they would be like, well, no, like let's go out for a drink or let's go out, and I would be like, no, I'm good. Like, because I was like, this goes, like, there's a couple options here. One, we go out, we're out for like a couple hours and I lose those hours on sleep. And then we come back and then we like bang and then I go to sleep. Or you come right here, we bang and then I go to sleep. Or I just go to sleep. And I'm like, I'm either just going to sleep or it's bang and sleep. There's I'm that 2 hours lost on like drinking and traveling and stuff. That's not happening.
Forget about it.
So it got to like kind of that point, and I definitely, it lost its luster a bit.
Luster? What do you mean by that?
I'm pretty sure that's the expression, lost its luster. It's like, it just means it didn't feel as good. It lost its joy. Like, just like having the estranged sex wasn't as interesting.
Yeah.
And so I just like, I kind of moved away from that. But I also think I changed as a person too. Yeah. I grew and I became more comfortable with who I was, and I moved into a new stage of my life. And then I was like, oh no, I'm going to like start trying to meet a person. So then I started like dating with intention.
People probably still obviously slide into your DMs because of like, the content that you post, or like the stand-up clips and stuff like that, because they probably think that you're like that type of person, which, you know, obviously it's your style of humor, but do you feel like, does it get like annoying, or it's just more so just funny or like entertaining when people do it?
No, I don't think it's annoying. Like, okay, wait, can you actually ask me the question again? I totally zoned out. I'm so sorry, dude. I tried to piece that together, but I just like totally drifted in that moment. And I was like, honestly, the background's kind of tripping me out.
I know,
and
right?
I think I'm just like I'm seeing you and like the lines, it's like making my eyes hard to focus.
Oh, I know,
and
I know.
And I was just like, what the fuck?
And
then I completely didn't hear
No, you're
anything
good. You're good. It's also outside too. Like if whoever's watching this or listening, we're literally in a community podcast studio. Yeah. Which, by the way, it's free.
Yeah, it's great. It's crazy.
Shout out to PNT Knitwear in New York City. 180 Orchard Street. If you guys are in the city.
But yeah, there's a huge window, so people walk by and they just look in at us.
It's distracting a little bit. It could be distracting.
Yeah, so I did just zone out.
Yeah, no.
So please ask me that 100%. Question again.
100%. Obviously, because of your following and like, you know, the type of material that you put out, like about like the, you know, sex stuff or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Do you feel like obviously you still get people sliding in, like girls, or even guys, to be honest.
Yeah,
I get a lot of gay dudes.
Oh yeah.
Like every time I post about my fitness, or I'm showing my thighs, they daddy, like I want to crush my face with your thighs. Like they say wild shit too, right? Yeah. So I'm sure you still get those, obviously now. Yeah. But because people don't know that you have a girlfriend, how do you like, you know, bat them away, or do you even like open the message or anything? I
just delete them.
Oh, you just delete it?
I just delete it.
Oh wow. Yeah. But like, even the ones that you probably have conversed with before on like, because there's 3 folders, right? There's primary, general,
and hidden
request.
Request
and hidden.
Unhidden.
There's 4. Yeah.
So the ones I've conversed with before, anyone who reached out, I have just told them, hey, I have a girlfriend.
Oh, okay. And obviously,
and most of them have been like, oh yeah, that's great. Da, da, da. And then a lot of them I've just moved into the restricted, just like you're gone. Yeah. Because one thing I actually did was I would all the chicks who I was like sending nudes with, I would flag. There, you know, you can flag people on Instagram. I would flag them all so that I could go back and look at the nudes that they had sent me. So I've been able to. It's been easy to get them out. Yeah.
That's actually smart.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Because you thought ahead of time. You're like, in case I need to go back and delete these.
Yeah. Wasn't even go back and delete these. It was like, if I want to go enjoy again, I want to see what they've sent me.
Oh, enjoy.
Yeah.
I didn't think about the enjoy part.
Yeah. So I was like, I can go. It's there. I'm not downloading these onto my phone.
Right.
But they're in the folder. And so I can at least go and be like, oh, very nice. I remember this. This was hot. Look at the sext we sent. So I would use it as just like fodder. Yeah.
Fuck, that's brilliant.
Oh, thank you.
He's like, it's not my fucking first time.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
I've never experienced what it's like performing with like drinking or smoking weed or shrooms or anything like that. I've never done shrooms.
Yeah. Okay.
I've smoked weed before.
Yeah.
I've drank before.
Yeah.
Have you performed high on like shrooms or anything like that before?
I think one time early I ate some mushrooms and I got on stage and it was very uncomfortable, but it was like an open mic. It wasn't anything very intense. I try to perform sober quite frequently. I would say probably 90% of my sets have been sober. Caffeine is honestly the only thing that I'm usually using if I'm going on stage. Like I love a Celsius before the stage. Dude, are you into Celsius?
I got a surprise for you right now, actually.
What's that?
1 second, Durena.
Oh, a little surprise.
Keep it rolling, pal.
Keep it rolling, dude. Dude, if you bust out a Celsius, if it's the flavor I think it is, it's wild berry. If you have a oh no, what is it? Orange? I'll take it, dude. An orange Celsius. Are you serious right now? Yeah, this is one of the greatest gifts of all time.
It's not promoted. This is not a sponsored ad, but I just knew Che would probably appreciate something like this.
I love Celsius.
Yeah, I love
Celsius. Dude.
Yeah, I love it too. It's great, honestly. Like,
so good.
When I first had it, suck that up. Get the foam out.
Get the foam.
I first had it in Miami when I went to Miami a couple of years ago, and I was like, "What is this?"
Yeah, it's incredible.
Unreal. It just hits the spot, man.
It hits the spot, and there's something about it where every other energy drink kind of gets me into almost like a state of haze where I'm still tired, but I can't fall asleep is all it feels like. This actually makes me feel like elevated. So that, I would say most of my sets have been stone cold sober, other than caffeine. But I started doing that early when I moved to Toronto. I realized that I was like, if I get in the habit of drinking before I go on stage, that means if I'm doing 15 sets a week, that's a minimum of 15 drinks a week.
That's wild.
Which is like, and that's a minimum, which would probably be double that, probably like 30 drinks a week, because you're going to have one.
No, my little bitch.
Yeah, you're going to probably have 2 or 3. Yeah. So I was like, that seems very unhealthy. And so I also didn't want to need a substance to get into the mental state to perform and be able to create and riff I wanted to naturally be able to like conjure that. So I was like, I need to, even if it's more nerve-wracking or anything at the beginning, I need to like kind of push through that and just like not drink and go on stage, and not smoke and go on stage. Weed and me don't really agree at all.
Mm-hmm. Same.
But so it would never have gotten to the stage. But every now and again, if I do, like, I'll probably have a couple drinks on maybe the last special recording, like because then because a few drinks can get you into a space where you are a little looser, where you are like maybe you're riffing a little bit better. It can, but not always, but it can. And so the way I kind of think about it is like performing without any of the substances is like when Goku's training and when like in like the early Dragon Ball Z days when they're fighting, and then the fight will kind of stall, and then they're like, like you really like think you can beat me, and then Goku and Piccolo would always like take off their weighted shit and be like, we're not even like we're just getting warmed up, dude. Having the drink is taking off the weights, and you're like, now I can cook in a way you haven't even seen. So I feel like I've been training with the weights on. And I'm used to that now. I'm used to the weights.
That's a good analogy.
Dragon Ball Z rules.
I love Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
I used to fucking Kamehameha like every day after school.
Yeah.
Come home, fucking to my parents, Kamehameha.
Yeah.
Like, it was a weirdo.
Yeah, what is he doing?
What is he doing, bro?
What is he doing?
Get him off the cartoon.
Did they start the fireball and like energy blast? Were they where did that start? Because that is a pretty like iconic thing in entertainment, especially anime. Like you have like the Hadouken, you have Kamehameha. Like Kamehameha was definitely before the Hadouken, but like obviously Kamehameha influenced the Hadouken, like shooting a fireball 100%. Out of your hands. Who was the first to be like, I'm blasting energy out of my hands? Who did that first?
Honestly, I do think it's the Dragon Ball Z, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know much about like that side of the world in terms of the history of it, but I do know it's probably one of the most iconic things.
Yeah,
one of the most influential things in that world.
I know Dragon Ball Z is one of the most valuable intellectual properties on the planet. Like in terms of how much money it's generated, it's like third or something like that. Number one is Pokemon, actually.
Well, that makes sense.
Japan has multiple of the most valuable IPs in the world, which is crazy. It's crazy to think that their culture is probably one of the ones we interact with the most in terms of we consume their media the most. We consume their video games and their food and their stuff the most, more than I'm not watching
African movies.
I'm not watching African movies. Like I watch like a Korean movie here and there when they really blow up. K-pop, like I'm not watching like I'm eating Italian food, but I'm watching like Italian cartoons or anything like that. But I'm like eating up anime.
That's facts.
Yeah.
Even Super Mario Bros.
Yeah.
Japanese,
dude. Oh yeah. They got huge influence in the video game market and stuff too.
Yeah. You're a big video game nerd.
I love gaming, dude. I love it, dude. I don't think I'll ever stop.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of your like main. You'd say it was one of your main passions or like hobbies.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah, 100%.
And you stream with video games.
Yes, I do stream, and we've always kept it very fun, which is great. It's always like we try to grow it as much as we can, but it's never felt like a job, and I think that's an important part of it. Mm-hmm. Like I never would want to lose the fun of gaming. Like, okay, so this is you see that you probably have this in comedy now, where like sometimes when you watch a special, does it feel like homework?
Well, I watch it in the lens of, okay, like I'm trying to dissect what this guy's doing.
Yeah. And so it's kind of lost its luster. Like it's
okay, luster.
Yeah. It's kind of
it's
now we consume comedy differently. Like there's still comics I watch that kill me and I think are hilarious, but I can't enjoy it the same way as someone who just goes and is watching any type of comedy special. And so I've always tried to keep video games away from that. I don't want it to ever feel like a job. I never wanted to feel like I'm dissecting it. I never wanted to feel like playing a game as homework. I think that would really depress me. Another thing is, so because of the content I make and the stuff I do, I've been questioned constantly about when am I starting my OnlyFans. And I'm like, never is the answer.
Why?
Because once you go down that road, you're in the world of adult entertainment. And then it really closes a lot of doors.
Really? You think so?
Yeah, I think any adult entertainer will tell you that. Like, it would be much harder to sell a special to Netflix if I was doing porn.
Oh, wow.
It would be, you're not working with Disney ever.
Oh, well, that's for sure.
Yeah. And they own a lot of IP and a lot of properties.
Yeah, that's true.
There's a lot of people that would never work with you. And it does open some doors for a lot of people. A lot of people make a lot of money and they make a lot of relationships and they do a lot of things and they buy houses and they do all this stuff. And if that's what they want to do, but I've never wanted to be a porn star. That's never been I want to do stand up. So if something's going to take me further away of progressing and being successful at stand up, then it kind of defeats the purpose of doing it. But in that lens, I enjoy fucking and I enjoy sex. And I know for a fact from being close to the porn industry that people do lose some of that enjoyment for it, where like a big thing is with male talent, they're taking all these pills and stuff so that they can fuck. And then what ends up happening is some of them are taking this like shot. It's like a needle, like an injection to give themselves an erection.
In the dick?
In the dick. You do I think it's in the dick or it's close to the dick. It's something like that. They're doing an injection. And then some of these male talent, because you're forcing your boner all the time, then when they're trying to have sex like privately with their girlfriend or something, they need to do an injection in order to fuck, because they've like almost like worn out their dick and they've worn out their arousal. And so I would never want to have that relationship with sex.
Yeah, I mean, agree. No, 100%.
Yeah. Where I'm fine having that relationship with comedy. I actually really like having that sort of dissection homework relationship with comedy. And then you start finding out like what you truly, truly find funny. Like I've said this before, but I really think that, you know, people say like, oh, you found your voice as a comic. Finding your voice is like what's it called? Like a singing term, which we've like adopted. It's really like finding your sense of humor. You sort of boil down exactly what you find funny, and then you learn how to translate that to an audience and how to make your sense of humor appeal to them. And that's the challenge of comedy, and that's why you get like these shock comics, or you get like these woke comics that are like, they're kind of two sides of the same coin. You have like the edgelord and the woke comic, and they're both like, the edgelord's like, what, you can't handle this, and the woke comic's like, oh, I want you to kind of praise me for just having the right views. And they haven't put in the work. Not all of them. Some of them are incredible in these realms, but like a younger version of those, like the 3-4 year comic, they feel like they're owed the audience's laughter for their whatever views that they have on either side, but they haven't put in the work in order to translate this sense of humor that they have, regardless of how extreme it is, to the audience. And that's what needs to happen, and that is the challenge and what makes comedy fun.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like as a comedian too, and just an artist in general, because you also act too, right?
A bit, not a lot. Yeah.
But you're doing mostly like commercial stuff, or
commercials. I mean, I'm auditioning for some like movies and TV shows and stuff. Yeah.
Have you done any like TV or movie recently?
No.
Okay. Because I remember there was a time when we were in Toronto and we were doing comedy. Every fucking 2 commercials is Shader.
Commercials fed me a lot when I was in Toronto, dude. I if it wasn't for commercials, I would have been a much more of a struggle.
Oh yeah. This guy ate on the commercials, bro.
Yes,
he was eating up.
They fed me good.
Oh yeah. And those checks were probably good because you were union.
No, I was never union. I was never union.
Yeah. Because if you were union, bro.
Yeah, the union money. I always heard mixed things about joining the union, and like, then you can't do non-union, and then like it takes a while for you in the union to start getting work, and I just never was too committed to the acting to really give a shit about joining the actors union there, ACTRA, I think it's called.
Yeah, ACTRA,
And so I just kind of stayed out of it. Yeah.
I think being in a union is great for people who actually want to do actual acting.
Yeah, of course.
Like I just got in like last year.
Yeah.
Because I actually do like to act, and I will go into acting and stuff, right?
Well,
so
you were in The Boys, dude.
Yeah.
That's sick.
The Syrian terrorist.
Yeah, that's great though, dude. Yeah. Didn't you get like killed or something?
Oh yeah, Black Noir absolutely shanked me from behind.
That's great. That's so cool.
Yeah, there's actually a fun story behind that. I don't even think I've told this on the pod yet, but so 3 months prior to filming the scene, my character was originally supposed to get stabbed, and then blood was supposed to splat out of my body.
Yeah.
And they created a fake stomach to put underneath the shirt. They ripped the shirt, obviously, and they molded me 3 months before the thing.
Yeah.
So they could put tubes to go through that little hole to spray fake blood or whatever.
Yeah.
Right? It took 8 hours total, within a few weeks to mold it. 3 months goes by. I'm on set, and there's 30 people on the set. It's a crazy set. It's pretty cool. Never seen anything like it. It's like a legit production, right? Yeah. Everyone's cool, whatever. I'm setting up, and I realized I gained 30 pounds from the time I did the molding.
Yeah.
Bro, the guy who molded it, he was there, right? They're like, all right, guys, let's get Neema ready for the scene, whatever.
Yeah.
Let's put him in the thing.
Yeah.
They're trying to soup me up. Bro, they're struggling so hard.
Yeah.
And they don't know why.
Yeah.
They're like, the guy who is the main molder.
Yeah.
Who's getting pissed at the assistants. You guys, I did. And he was some German guy. Yeah. We did the measurements. Why is not fitting this guy? What the fuck? And he was losing it, right? Yeah. And in my head, I'm like, oh, fuck, I ate too much. This is my fault. I was standing there oh, I don't know why. Sorry, what? Man, wait, what do you mean? Oh, maybe is there another strap missing? Or
oh my
I was trying to make it
oh
easier.
My God, that's so funny, dude. You were just you had to be guys, this is crazy. I can't believe it's not fitting, dude.
Literally, bro.
You're I put on 30 pounds. 10 pounds a month is nuts.
It's nuts. That was when I really gained a lot of weight at once. Bro,
were you taking creatine or something?
No,
I don't even know.
I wasn't even going to the gym, let alone creatine.
Wow.
I was just eating a lot. I was it was just a moment where I was just letting go of myself.
Yeah, yeah.
But it was just hilarious. This guy's yelling. I'm in my head this is completely my fault. Yeah. They're gonna lose their jobs.
Yeah.
But I can't say anything now. I gotta go act, bro. Yeah. I learned 7 lines of Arabic.
Oh, really?
So I can smash out this scene. I'm trying to get this credit.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna out myself.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah. So. Yeah, it was just so anyway, they couldn't figure it out, so they didn't even use it.
Oh no.
They're all right, we're just gonna have to film almost above the stomach or something.
Yeah, and just have the blood just spray.
Or they had to I remember if you've watched the scene obviously, but I think they didn't even add the splatting thing. Oh, no. You just see me getting stabbed and then and then I just fall down.
Yeah,
so they didn't even add the blood in the thing.
Damn, that's crazy. So, that's crazy. That's such a good story. That's such a good story.
I know. I mean, to this day, obviously, I didn't tell anyone.
Yeah, but you're I'm keeping that to myself, dude. Yeah.
But anyway, it was cool. It was a cool role. But it was a Syrian terrorist, stereotypical role, obviously.
Yeah.
Because it was actually the first audition I ever did.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
In my life.
Wow.
And I booked it the morning after.
Yeah.
But I was just because based off my look, and the 7 lines I rehearsed before going in, they liked it, and they're
nail it.
This guy's for sure Syrian, for sure,
for sure.
He looks the part.
Yeah. There was what was it? There's that, I can't remember his name. He's that Asian actor from Silicon Valley. He told a story about his
Jimmy Yang.
Yeah. He told a story about him going into acting and his dad being really hard on him, and it's his parents were just not approving of it. And then when he finally started to get big roles, he's no, it's paying off. And then his dad was like, well, if you can do it, this shit's bullshit. I can do it. And then his dad goes in and auditions and nails the first audition and books this thing. And he's like, see, this shit's fucking stupid and easy.
That's the most fucking immigrant shit I've ever heard in my life.
And you're just fucking hell. Dude, just so mad, dude. So funny, though. Dude.
Unreal.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're talking, I was saying, union is good for if you're actually acting and stuff, but non-union is perfect for commercial, and because you want to do stand-up, obviously. That's your main thing.
Yeah.
What's been what was your probably the weirdest experience you've had on tour in the States? Because it's like pretty fresh, I guess, in the past couple of years, right?
Yeah.
And you've toured a lot.
Yeah.
You've been around the country and stuff.
Yeah.
What's been like an experience that stands out to you that, you're like.
An experience that stands out to me when I was touring around the States.
Whether it was like either weird or negative or positive or something like that.
I mean, I got to perform at the Scotiabank Arena. Yeah.
Oh, for Bert?
Yeah, I opened for Bert,
sick.
and I got to perform at the Scotiabank Arena, and that was that was awesome because I'm like, this is like I'm not from Toronto, but I'm a Toronto comic in quotations. Right, I came up in this comedy scene, and like I'm performing at the biggest stage in the city that like formed me as a comic. I'm like, this is pretty fucking wild, dude. That felt really good. I remember another one was I briefly met Tom Segura. I shook his hand at the Two Bears 5K. He just came up and was like, hey, what's up, man? I think we have the same touring agent, so maybe he knows me through that. But he just was super friendly, super nice, and just shook my hand. And I remember when I moved to Toronto, I had nowhere to go, and I stayed in a youth shelter for the first like 6 months. And on the weekends at the youth shelter, they would be like, okay guys, we're gonna put on Netflix, everyone can kind of come and congregate. And there was like this main area, because it was like the youth shelter is like 16 to 24, so everyone's a little younger. It was much like cleaner and safer than like a men's shelter or something like that. So we're like congregating, they're putting Netflix on, and I remember Tom Segura's Mostly Stories just came out, and I was like, let's watch this, like, because I moved to Toronto to be a comic. I'm staying at the shelter. I was like going out and doing open mics and shit. I was like this guy's the best. And we watched maybe about like, I don't know, 5 minutes of it, and all the other kids who were staying there were like, no, this sucks, man. And they're like, sorry, man, we tried. Like one of the guys who worked there was like, we tried, but we got to change it. Everyone's complaining. And I was like, oh. But it was crazy to I remember moving to Toronto to be a comic, convincing people we got to watch this guy's special, and then like meeting him and shaking his hand. And I was like, this is pretty, like, there's been a couple moments like that where I'm like, this is pretty wild. Yeah. And it feels nice. It's like the work is paying off. But what's like a crazy?
Who have you because you opened for Bert?
Yeah.
Have you opened for anyone else that's like notable or?
No, I don't. No, I don't think so. I mean, I opened for Michelle Wolf, and when I was still in Toronto, I opened. Who else did I open for in that? Roy Woods. Roy
nice.
Wood. Roy Wood. Jr.
Roy Wood. Yeah.
I opened for him. Roy Wood's a great human being.
Yeah.
He's dude, awesome dude. So I opened for him. So I was like working. So I worked with him. So I reached out when I was going for my visa. I was like, can you write me a letter of recommendation? He wrote me a letter of recommendation, dude. When I opened for him, the JFL doesn't pay the openers, and he knew, and so he paid everyone who opened for him. He paid out of his own pocket.
Wow,
crazy!
He didn't have to do that.
He didn't have to do that at all, dude. He's just a really good person.
Yeah,
like
that's amazing.
Yeah.
I always love hearing shit like that.
Yeah, he's like. Roy Wood really fucking rules, dude.
Because it's always the people who are actually successful or who are doing well who will actually treat you right.
Yeah.
And they'll be nice to you.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but you've probably experienced this too, where like you when you're coming up, you meet people along the way who are like, why you don't have to be an asshole.
Yes, yeah.
And you shouldn't be an asshole
but there's just, I mean, it's not like an acting thing or a like a comedy thing. There's just assholes. Any field you go in, you're gonna meet people that are just kind of shitty, and you navigate them the way you navigate them. But that's just, and it's very refreshing when you meet people that are just like very kind, genuine people.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
What was like your welcome to comedy moment in your career?
Welcome to comedy moment.
Yeah, something that humbled you.
Something that humbled me. What's a good humbler?
I'm sure there's a good one there.
I mean, I remember the first bomb because I started in Mexico. So I was doing comedy maybe like once a week in Mexico with this little group of dudes who put on a show at this bar. And I bartended at this French Canadian sports bar in Playa del Carmen, Mexico. Oh. It was called Los Tabernacos. It's still there, actually. It still exists. It's great. Like, French Canadians go down there. They serve, like, poutine and all this shit. Yeah.
In Mexico?
In Mexico, yeah. So they put on, like, the Habs game.
No way.
Yeah, it
That's
rules.
Hilarious.
It fucking rules, dude.
Are there Mexicans watching, too?
Yeah, absolutely.
No, that's so funny.
So that place, and I still have actually the crew that all this French Canadian crew that I became friends with. They're all down there right now, and they're all like, "You got to come." I might actually fly to Mexico soon to go see all these guys because we haven't all congregated together in a while. But yeah, I was working there yet, or was just hanging out there a lot? I started working there the last year I was in Mexico. So I probably was working there actually. Because I was doing stand up the last year I was in Mexico as well. And so the guy who ran the bar was like, "Oh, you should come do stand up here at the bar during intermission of the Habs game." And I was like, what a wonderful idea, not knowing that is the worst idea of all time. So I show up with the microphone. We can't hook the microphone up to the sound system. So then I have to yell a comedy set at, I don't know, 150 French Canadians that some spoke English, some didn't. During intermission of a Habs game, while everyone's like eating and drinking and just like chatting amongst themselves, that was my first like bomb, and I just remember being like defeated after that. I remember there being there was a dude at the bar who did comedy in Toronto for a while, and he ended up starting doing comedy with us, with like the little group of dudes who was doing this stand-up night. He was at the bar and he was like, "Let me get you a drink, man." he was like, he saw the bomb and he was like, "Yeah, been there, dude." yeah. Shout out to fucking Andrew Fox of the Three Tards. He actually was in a very popular punk band.
Three Tards?
Three Tards.
What a fucking name.
That's a name. Yeah.
Wow.
But Andrew's always been very kind to me.
What a gem.
And he fucking. He bought me a drink that night, and we became good friends after that.
Rightfully so.
Yeah.
Good for that guy.
Good for that guy.
For recognized.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Were there any moments where, because this has happened to me a couple times, were there any moments in your career where you're like, bro, should I just fucking quit?
No, I don't think so. There was never like a full like, oh man, it's all over. Like, I mean, I have those, like I talked about those writing things where I get fucking like, oh no, there's no jokes left. But I don't think there was ever a moment where I thought I should quit. I've always just been very optimistic about moving forward. And I've also never really thought about like the success I have now. I never like envisioned it. I never envisioned like, oh, one day I'll be selling this many tickets at this club and I'll be able to sell out a theater. Like, I've never thought about any of those things. I've just kind of kept being like, I just want to be funnier. And then I just kept moving forward. Yeah. And then it worked out. So I never really thought about quitting. Do you think about quitting sometimes?
No, I mean, it's not even about thinking about quitting. It's more like doubting yourself at times.
Yeah.
Where you're like, fuck, maybe I'm not as funny as I thought I would be. Or like, I don't know, maybe, I don't know. I have no, it's like you just kind of doubt. Mm-hmm. It's like imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
Bit,
right?
Yeah. You're like, wait, like, or yeah, actually sometimes it happens when I get opportunities.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, yo, fuck, like, did I even deserve this? Or and like, like, for example, like when I opened for Russell Peters, I was like, bro, like, I even asked Clayton, which is Russell's older brother and manager. I was like, yo, like, why did you let me open? Yeah. You know, this is after the fact, obviously, after like knowing him for a little bit, and he was like, because you're funny online and you're actually funny, so it's like, because they never saw my stand up before I even opened. Yeah. But I was like, how did you know I would even do a good job on stage? Yeah. Because they didn't see my stand up, and he's like, well, because you can tell you're funny through your videos. Yeah. It's like you can't be that bad. Yeah. And so, just hearing stuff like that along the way too helps me kind of, you know, you go back to that sometimes when you do doubt yourself. Yeah. But yeah, there are times where like I bomb so bad, and I'm like, bro, like there's no way that was even real. Because I'm like, come on, like I'm a funny guy, like I know I'm funny, but it's like, how did I do that bad? Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I've definitely had the bad shows where I kind of I do doubt like if it's progressing well and if the success is gonna come. Like I definitely have those, but I think I bounce back fairly frequently. Honestly, all it takes is like a new joke working. If a new joke works, I'm like, okay, well, we're on the path to creation and success. And so that kind of, I had a good show yesterday, and I really felt great about what I was doing comedically. Yeah.
No, that's great. I get this a lot often from my fans who come to the shows. They're like, yo, honestly, I didn't think it was gonna be this good. Yeah. And that's probably the best compliment I could ever receive. Yeah. Because you know a lot of people follow me not because of my stand up. Yeah. But obviously I do stand up. But it's because of like the characters I do and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm sure you get people come to your shows where like
100%.
they didn't even know you did stand up the way you do.
Yeah.
And they're probably like shocked. Like
100%. Yeah.
obviously like, man, like we didn't know you're gonna be.
Yeah.
Like, do you get people telling you that?
Oh yeah. I think I've established myself more as a stand up now. So
Yeah,
people
of course,
are less they're less skeptical. But on the first, definitely the first run in America, I remember someone in the line for the show being like, so what's the show gonna be? Like, are you going to bring up videos and stuff? And I was like, no, I'm doing stand-up. And they're like, oh, really? And I was like, yeah, no, that's the main thing. But I do like that perspective because it is like, if you like my online content, I think that's amazing. And I put a lot of work into that, but stand-up is the thing I truly do the best. That is, I think it's undoubtedly, even if you don't like my stand-up, then you're just really not going to like the videos, right? Yeah, it's like my stand-up is my strongest skill.
Right.
But so I when people come to the show from the videos, then they're like, oh wow, this cooks, and I'm like, yeah, no, I'm very happy with this.
Yeah, it's such a good feeling.
Yeah.
I actually like that, proving people not wrong but almost right. Like or exceeding their expectations.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because then they're gonna return.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
But yeah, wait, you said this guy said that to you in the line. Before the show?
Yeah, before the show. Like they're like lined up to go into the room, and they're like maybe they're I think it was specifically in Virginia. So the line would go from outside into the club, and there's like the person like taking your tickets or like telling you like, oh, you're gonna come sit here. And so I was walking past that line. And then someone was like, "Oh my God, what's the show gonna be?"
Okay. Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
What's your because obviously aside from comedy, and I was actually talking about this stuff with someone yesterday about you need to have hobbies.
Yeah.
In order to do comedy in a way, like because your life can't just be comedy.
You got to live your life.
You have to live your life, right? Like for me, for example, I have to, now I'm at a point where I'm like, all right, in the morning, the first 2 hours, I have to either move my body in some way, shape or form, or like, write something or like work on content or stand up and stuff. And then go into work mode.
Yeah.
All right. What's your thing? Like, do you have something in the morning that you do? You meditation or anything like that?
Oh, I'm a big get outside right away in the morning. I'm a big like set your circadian rhythm. You
grounding.
Gotta get that sun on the face.
Yeah.
So usually first thing I do is I go out and I grab a coffee. And I always have a liter of water first thing.
A liter of water?
Yeah, a liter of water.
You chug it?
No, I don't chug it, but I'll drink it. Like I'll get up and I'll be getting ready and I'll be drinking my water as I'm getting ready. And sometimes I take it with me, go get a coffee, and I like to walk for a bit first thing in the morning. Even just like depending on how cloudy it is, depends on how much I'll walk. The cloudier day, the more I'll walk so I can get that longer light exposure. But then usually I try to get writing and workout done first because those are my two biggest procrastinators.
Writing and working out?
Yes, those are the things that I will put off till the end of the day and tell myself I'll do it later. My favorite lie is I'll go to the gym late. That's my favorite lie, dude.
No chance.
I think I think every time I tell myself that, I believe it. I go, yeah, I will go to the gym late. And I never do. And because I live next to a 24-hour gym. So I'm like, oh yeah. And it won't even be busy then. Yeah. If I go late, it'll be perfect. I give myself all the excuses and I never go late. So I try to get those done early. I try to get gym done early. I try to get writing done early because those are like the little things too, where like I have what I call my dailies. My dailies are like things I try to do every day that I constantly forget. Like it eats up a big portion of my day, but I constantly forget that they are very helpful. And they're all like sort of the incremental progression. So one of them is writing. You try to write every day. One of them is fitness. Try to like work out, run, lift, whatever your thing is. One of them is meditation. So try to meditate every day. Another one is content, where we got to make content every day. That's part of what we do.
Gotta fucking make.
You gotta make, and then then another one is education, so I try to like read, or I'm doing Duolingo right now. I'm trying to learn Spanish.
Nice.
So that's my education right now. I was doing Japanese for a while, but it's very hard. It's very hard.
Sure it is.
Yeah. It's the way they speak is in a different, they structure their sentences differently, and they have, it's just, it was very fun. I went to Japan for a couple weeks, and so that's, I started learning before I went to have like a few words. And then I was like, maybe I'll learn Japanese. And it's hard, but I like learning a language. Like we grew up in Canada. Did you do French immersion school?
No, I was in French immersion, like it was beside the English, but I never took French immersion. No.
So I was in French immersion.
Oh, really?
So I have like a base of French, and so when I'm learning the Spanish now, I'm like, oh, this actually isn't that hard. This is actually it translates quite well. So I try to do those dailies every day. I don't always get all of them done, but I try. That's why I try to do fitness and writing always, because I'm like, those are very important to get done every 100%. Day. And then meditation's a very easy one to slip in there because I only do about 15 minutes of that. Content I try to save for the end of the day.
Oh, really?
Because once I'm doing content, I'm in my phone. And then I'm checking my phone. And then I'm checking the messages. And I'm doing all that kind of stuff. I want that to be like over here and as far away as possible. I even bought like a little stopwatch, like you would for running.
Oh yeah.
It was like a little $7 one off Amazon, so I can leave my phone at home when I go to the gym, and I can like time my rests and stuff. And if I go for a run, I can time how long I've been running for, and I go like no music, no phone, and just so I'm forced to be separated from it.
That's great.
Yeah,
that's a great idea.
I mean, if you need music when you work out, it's not going to be great. I guess you could buy an iPod or something.
True.
But I like I like forcing that separation.
Yeah, because so you run.
I'm trying to run more. Yeah. But I'm not a ton. But I'm trying to do a few times a week.
Oh, sick. Yeah. Maybe we should run together.
Yeah. We could go for a run for sure.
I did a half marathon.
Oh,
last
really?
month. Yeah, in Toronto. Yeah.
Wow. Good for you, man.
Thanks, man. Yeah. No, I've been running for like a year.
Yeah.
Like, I'm fucking still amateur, but like nonetheless.
Yeah.
Just trying to keep at it, stay consistent. But I ran with music for the first like 9 months. Mm-hmm. But then a month before the race, one of my good friends who's like an avid runner, he's like, no, I never run with music. And this guy does like 2 hours every other day. And I'm like, what? 2 hours of no music? He's like, yo, trust me, like you can track your pace better, your heart rate, all that stuff. Yeah. And you just kind of get in the zone. Yeah. I tried it and I was like, oh fuck, this is way better. Yeah. So I actually think it's even it's so much more fun because it's actually good for a comedy because you get so creative when you're running. Yeah. With no music. Yes. Yeah. And I had some of the best bits or tags I've had recently. Yeah. Has come from fucking running with no music.
Running zone out. Yeah. So, I know you're a Goggins guy.
I love Goggins, baby. Yeah.
He talks about running with no music.
Oh, he's an animal, bro.
Yeah.
He's an absolute animal.
I thought it would be a lot harder than it is, and it's not that hard. No, it's actually I actually really enjoy the time away from the phone. Yeah. I feel like, I'm free. Yeah.
Bro, you actually feel like you're in a jail, man.
Yeah.
Especially nowadays, especially with doing content all the time. Yeah. Like fucking, sometimes I catch myself, I'm like, bro, dude, fuck this phone, bro.
I get into holes for sure.
Deep holes, bro.
Deep holes, yeah. Maybe dark holes. Check out my podcast, check out Dark Holes. Yeah, there you
go. I guess before we wrap too, who are some influential people that you do follow that like kind of help you just in life in general?
Some influential people that I do follow. Who do I look to that I'm like, ooh, I like this.
Or like just a theme in general.
I mean, I'm a Huberman.
Huberman.
Yeah, I'm a Hubie. I like Hubie. Yeah. So I like his science. Like I like the science-based health advice. So he got me like the staring at the sun and the not staring at the sun, but like getting the light exposure.
Somewhere,
like
somewhere near the sun. Yeah.
I try. So that I like that health stuff. I used to listen to a podcast called The Model Health Show. What was it? Sean Stevenson. He's a big sleep guy. So he really is a big advocate for how to sleep better and stuff. And so I liked his stuff a lot, but I kind of fell out of that podcast because I started listening to Hubie. You can only have so many podcasts. Yeah. Who else? I mean, if I'm looking at podcasts, another podcast I really like is Sacred Symbols. It's a PlayStation podcast. So they talk about the video game industry. So I'm a huge, like my gaming nerdness doesn't stop at just I'm in on whatever fucking the Star Wars Outlaws released by Ubisoft underperformed. Like,
oh shit, you're deep,
dude. I literally was talking to a dude yesterday when we went out for drinks. There's this one dude who was like who was a gaming nerd too, and then I was like, yeah, they're like, someone brought up GTA 6, and I was like, yeah, it's gonna come out 2025, and someone's like, I heard it got pushed, and then he went, no, the earnings call, they said that it like they wouldn't lie on an earnings call that they're projecting for the game, and I was like, yeah, the earnings call, yeah, we were talking about the Take-Two earnings call for GTA 6.
That's insane. But that's super nerdy. I like it.
Yeah, but and so Sacred Symbols with the crew over there. Colin Moriarty is like he's a very intelligent man, and he stands by his guns and his morals a lot. Yeah. I like the way he operates. He's very like I believe what I believe, and I'm intelligent. I back up what I believe, and he's just a very honest person, and I when I listen to him, even though I'm listening to it for video game reasons, I'm like, this is a very like a person you can kind of like aspire to be like. Yeah, he's just very honest, and there's not a lot of honest people.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a like a deep cut that I don't know if you're a video game nerd, you should listen to Sacred Symbols. It's very good. And then I don't know, like comedically, who would be like my big comedy guy? I mean, honestly, I've said this before, my biggest comedic influence is the internet. Like just like fucking memes, funny videos. Like that's sometimes I feel like I don't watch enough stand up and that I'm not like connected enough into what's going on with comedy. Like people will bring up comics to me and I'm like, who? And I'm like in the industry. And they're like, this guy's great, he's huge. But so I'm like, man, am I falling behind what the tone of comedy is? And then I go, no, I'm consuming hilarious shit all day. Like I feel like I'm ultra plugged in on what is the comedic tone is for society, just because my feed is all just weird meme funny shit. My algorithm is hilarious. And so as much as we were talking about like falling into these holes and how it's like you want to separate from the phone, I feel like that's where I'm getting so yeah, I would say like the internet's a big guy. Dude, do you have like a favorite joke
from the internet?
Not from anywhere,
or just in general?
Yeah.
Man, I mean, I love like Andrew Dice Clay
he's your guy.
Like I mean, he's one of them.
Yeah,
but like I personally just like the style that he created with the rhymes. I think that's just super unique. I love shit like that. But I honestly I actually love a lot of comedians who aren't my style in a way. Obviously, I like the ones I like that are similar to my style, but I love guys like Jesselnick. Like who do dark shit. Because in a way, I'm like, fuck, I wish I could do that.
Yeah, fair.
But I can't. It's just not my style.
Do you have a favorite Toronto joke, like of a Toronto comic?
Oh, a Toronto joke.
I just like that because we're both Toronto guys. So
I know. Yeah, there's I mean, more so obviously like aside from like the whole like accents and like the Toronto rap scene and like, you know, dumb shit like that. Like, you remember that? I don't know if you saw this meme that went viral from that girl. She's like, yo, like if you're, if what you're saying is true, and you're something.
You left your mom's in the hood. Yo, sick to my stomach, dog. I love that great one. Dude.
I love
it. Yeah. And she's so intense, and then she goes, intense. But if it's not true, Shawty just talking shit. She immediately goes from like right down to like, no big deal.
I love that. I love shit like that.
Yeah, dude.
It's such a meme.
If people see that and they go, is that what they sound like in Toronto? Like people fucking, they get disgusted.
It's so funny. That girl actually reached out to me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, to do a video.
Dude, you got to.
I know.
You got to. Yeah. That's a like a. To me, that's would be like a dream. Like if I saw her on the street, I'd be like, "Can I please get a picture?" with you?
100%.
I was like, "Oh my god, dude."
Yeah,
dude.
I mean, if I were to do a video, I would definitely have to incorporate some shit like that. Like maybe like a podcast parody or something. Or like
I asked you this joke to selfishly be like, these. I really like these guys.
Go.
So there's two Toronto jokes that are like, I think my favorite jokes of all time. One of them is fucking. Oh fuck! Who? I can't remember his name. Who's the guy? He's Guyanese. Fuck! How can I not remember his name?
Like he's a Toronto comic.
Yeah, he's a Toronto comic.
Like a stand-up comic.
Yes.
Guyanese.
Yeah. Fuck. Fuck.
And he does videos online?
No. He doesn't do videos. He's part of like the older generation.
Oh, Mark Trinidad.
Not Mark Trinidad.
Well, he's
He's Trinidaddy. No, fuck.
Just roping them in the same.
I can't remember his name.
Is he? He's full Guyanese?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Do I know any Guyanese?
Fuck.
It's not John Paul, is it?
No. Man, dude.
I'm trying to think because Guyanese people are a little darker.
Some of his other jokes, he has a joke about coconut oil. He has a joke about dying and leaving his family like a map, and they go dig up. He has all these different fucking jokes. But my favorite joke of his is he has a joke about the two-man luge. Fuck, I wish I could remember his name.
Oh man,
do you know who I'm talking about?
I feel like it's like the tip of my tongue.
Fuck, dude. Okay,
anyway.
in post, can you just put his name on
out.
screen? Just put his name on screen. I'm so sorry, dude. I can't believe it. We've done like a ton of road gigs together, and I'm literally.
Oh, so you've done gigs with him,
and I'm praising you. This is one of my favorite, maybe my favorite joke.
Okay,
but he has a joke about the two-man luge, and he's like the two-man luge. How did that get invented? Was the top of a mountain on fire? They're like, there's one way down and it's gay as fuck. And he goes, what? He has all these tags like that's just a man on a man on a luge. And it's like, it's so because he's like, what so the fuck? Ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. It's because the two-man luge is one of the most absurd sports ever, and he's just like, why does this exist? And then the other one fucking is Ian Gordon.
Oh, Ian Gordon's
dude,
funny shit. Yeah.
Ian Gordon has a joke about he's like, have you ever seen your dad jump?
Oh yeah. That's a good one too.
And he's like, no, you haven't, because he only has a certain amount of jumps left. Every time your dad jumps, he goes 9. I love that joke so much.
That's a good one. I like that one,
dude. Never, because as soon as he goes, have you ever seen your dad jump? He just everyone's no, he doesn't jump anymore. No
dad jumps.
They don't jump anymore, dude. Dude, I had to jump on one leg recently, and I was like, oh fuck, dude, when was the last time I jumped on one leg? I was like, I need to work on this. I literally was like, I started jumping on one leg. I was playing this card game with my nieces, and it's like you pull a card, you have to do like this weird thing, like you spin in a circle 5 times or like jump on one leg. And so I was jumping on one leg, and I was like, why is this so hard? And I was like, yo, we gotta train this. There's something off here that I haven't been working on, and this needs to be worked on too.
Yeah, because you're like, oh, I could tear my ACL if I do this wrong.
I'm like, oh no, this could be a serious problem, dude.
Yo, that reminds me of Ian Gordon's other joke where I don't know if you've seen it, but it was in like 3-4 years ago where he's like, as a fat guy, because obviously like lifting up your arms, the shirt will come up or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, you ever notice how fat guys pick up stuff? Yeah. And he just does you're like a flamingo, and he just starts like bending over like a flamingo.
Yeah, dude.
It's so good.
It's like you got like 1 millimeter of time. Yeah, dude.
That's one of my favorites of his.
Yeah, dude.
That's a good one. I like that one a lot. Oh man, honestly, your one, and you did it at my show last year, Gramercy, but I saw you do it before it somewhere, about how you're ordering late night Uber Eats, pasta or whatever. You're like, dude, like it's 2 a.m. I don't care what it is.
Yeah, they're like, oh fucking. The guy called. This was a true thing. Yeah. I ordered like a 2-for-1 fettuccine Alfredo at like 1:00 in the morning,
bro.
And the restaurant calls, and I was like, what the fuck? He's like, oh, dude, we're out of linguine noodles. Is spaghetti fine? And I'm like, yeah, of course. And I'm like, dude, it's fucking 1 a.m. fettuccine. You think I'm gonna be like, no? Like I'm shoveling this garbage in my fucking head, dude. Yeah.
You're like eating like a fucking bird or some shit.
Yeah, I say, I'm like, you could pour it into the delivery driver's mouth and have him baby bird it into mine. I don't give a fuck. Birding it
is such a funny visual.
Yeah, dude.
Literally though, it's like, dude, figure it out.
Yeah, figure it out.
I don't care what it is.
No.
As long as it's something.
Yeah.
Put it in my mouth.
Just send the slop.
Send
the slop to the slop factory, and Mr. Slop's gonna slop it up. That's what's about to happen.
That should be a rule on Uber Eats. If it's past midnight, don't ask me.
Don't ask me anything.
Don't call me.
No.
To tell me we're out of it.
No.
Just send me something.
Send me garbage, dude.
Garbage, because I'm a garbage human being.
Dude,
if I'm eating after this hour.
One of my fucking wildest Uber Eats was I ordered 16 mini donuts on
That's
Uber
insane.
Eats. There's Cops Donuts in
Toronto.
In Toronto, there's a place.
I've heard about it.
It does mini donuts. They're so good.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And so I ordered 16 mini donuts late, and I guess it was end of the day, so they're like, you know what? We're just throwing them out anyways. Give this guy 32. So they 32. I get a double order, and I get it. And you would think like, oh yeah, this is great, but then I'm like, nah, fuck. Now I'm gonna eat 32 fucking mini donuts.
That's insane.
So what happened was I ate 16, and then I felt awful, and I fell asleep because it was late when I ordered them. And then I wake up the next morning, and there's 16 cold guys, and I'm like, guess what we're having for breakfast?
You didn't eat it, bro.
Oh, I ate them.
No way.
I ate them, and then you eat fucking 16 mini donuts first thing in the morning. Your brain is like, and so these mini donuts fucked up 2 days of my fucking life, dude.
Buddy, you're not leaving for 2 days.
No. I remember like I ate those donuts, and then I was like trying to send a text, and I was like, why is this hard, dude? Why is it so hard?
Yeah, forget meditation. Forget Andrew Huberman. No. I gotta digest these donuts.
Dude. I ain't got time to go outside.
I'm not jumping. I'm not fucking doing none of this shit.
Fuck my circadian rhythm. I got some donuts to eat, dude.
Yo, that's amazing. It's like that. What's even more weird is that's actually not even the fattest thing I've ever done.
Oh no! Give me a top 10 fat thing.
Top 10. I'll give you here 7 hours.
Okay,
no problem. Buddy, book me in for 7 more hours. Man, yeah, a donut one, because it reminded me of something I did before.
Yeah,
fucking terrible. Okay, the fact that I would go out into the vicinity of where I lived at the time when I was on my own, I would go around the block and get something from each place.
Okay.
Usually it would be like a appetizer, main, and a dessert. From 3 different places. So I didn't look that fat getting everything from one place.
Yeah.
I went to Sobeys at the time in downtown.
Yeah.
I bought a box of powdered donuts. Okay. I think it was like 20 or whatever. Yeah. The mini, it was like a mixture of mini and normal size.
Yeah.
I got that. I went to Pizza. It was my main order every time. Yeah. 2 double panzerottis, like 2 panzerottis, stuffed with 3 different toppings. It was always like 2 meats and a vegetable. Yeah. And 2 different kinds. Yeah. I changed. This is how fat I was. I changed the base sauce to pesto sauce.
Oh wow! You had like
I was an animal. Yeah. I was
some serious fat guy.
Oh
shit.
Man, buddy, I was a vet at this point. I would get that with a side of like onion rings or fries, whatever. Yeah. And then I would go to like a Subway or whatever, get like a 6-inch cold cut with the flatbread.
Holy shit!
Yeah,
dude.
bro, just as a side dish.
Yeah.
And then I would get a combo with that because it's cheaper.
What?
But I like the large fountain drink.
Oh my god, this is
with chips and 2 cookies.
And this is one sitting.
Yeah, bro.
You crushed that.
Bro, I was 385 pounds. Like, what do you expect from me?
That's wild.
Yeah, bro.
Dude.
And like, you know, you would let go yourself. You're like, buddy, I don't even care. Like, I'm not even, because I wouldn't finish all of it at once.
Yeah.
But what would happen is I would go home, take my pants off.
I like how step 1, take your pants off. Like, number 1, this is we take the pants off first.
And it wasn't like I was wearing a suit either. I was wearing just joggers.
Yeah,
but I was like, even this
these gotta come off, dude. This is about to get messy.
Because even a jogger would get in the way of this.
Yeah.
I need to be in my boxers, okay? Expand it as much as possible. Yeah. I would eat the food to the point of like almost throwing up.
Yeah.
And then I wouldn't eat this was lunch.
Yeah.
I would wait 6 hours.
Yeah.
Until I got remotely hungry again.
Yeah.
And I would finish the rest that I didn't eat.
Damn.
And then when I did that, I had a few hours left in the night.
Yeah.
I usually would go out and do something similar to that again.
Yeah.
And then I would leave the leftovers for the morning.
Yeah.
Rinse and repeat.
Just rinse and
Bro,
repeat. So
it's
that's
dangerous, man.
Were you taking in probably like 5,000-6,000 calories a day?
At least.
Damn,
bro. It was bad. It was bad.
Holy shit. Holy shit.
Yeah,
dude.
bro. Isn't that nuts?
That is nuts. The pants off is my favorite part. Fucking, as soon as you put the food down, you're 100%. Just like, fucking shoom.
Oh my god,
these are coming
man.
off, dude.
I don't know if I don't think you were ever addicted to food like I was, but like there was this adrenaline rush I would get when I'd walk into the house and my heart started racing.
Yeah, you're like, I'm so excited,
bro, because like you know what you're about to eat.
Yeah.
You know it's terrible.
Pumped on it. 5 minutes. Cool.
And you know it's like gonna kill you.
Yes. Yeah.
But you're like, I need this.
Yes, dude.
And that was the best part almost is you walk in. And that's when the pants off thing was. I was like, oh my God, I can take my pants off now.
Yes.
I don't have to worry. I don't care what I look like. My stomach's already hanging over my fucking pelvis. Yeah. It doesn't matter. I'm going to go wash my hands quick because I always got to wash your hands.
Yeah.
And then, like, as soon as you wipe the hands, it's like, I'm like, I fucking paint the picture. Yeah. It's literally how I feel in the moment.
Yeah.
As soon as I'm wiping my hands with a towel, I know what's next.
Yeah.
That bag's ripping open.
Yeah.
And it's like,
you're just like, whoa.
Right?
Yeah.
But isn't that fucked?
I mean, it's just it's addiction. It's addiction. Yeah.
I know,
dude. Like I think the closest thing I've had to being like very addicted to something is probably video games. I've been able to like mitigate it pretty well, but there's been the worst ones. It's just never like card battlers are a bad one for me. So
card battles.
So a card battle is like Magic the Gathering is like a card battle game. And so there's very many like Yu-Gi-Oh or fucking Pokemon. You can like those are all card battle things. Yeah. So there's digital versions of that and all different things. Marvel Snap is a digital card battler. I would play that game because the way it's very gambling-esque kind of thing because you always get a different hand, and when you get the perfect hand where all the cards are like, I put this card down, and then when I put this card down, it affects this card and powers it up, and then when I put this next card down, these two other cards are more powerful, and like you get the perfect combination to win. You get this like that happening is very gambling-esque because it's so inconsistent. You never really know when it's going to happen, and so I would play this Marvel Snap game. I was on my phone. So, like, I would be in an Uber going to a show playing Marvel Snap. I would get to the comedy club playing Marvel Snap. I would fucking be going to the next show playing Marvel Snap. And then I would get home and I would be laying in my bed playing Marvel Snap. I would get home maybe like midnight and I would just be like, and I swear to God, it was like I went into a vortex. Like, I would be playing and I'd be like, it's 4 a.m.
That's
and
so
I would,
nuts.
There's no money. I think I probably spent like maybe $10 on it. I bought like one sort of pass thing, but it didn't get too bad. I eventually just stopped, but how much I would just like focus in and just like put my energy into it was fucking insane, dude. Yeah.
Now imagine not having a purpose in life, like us doing comedy, and doing that,
and then
shit.
you do that just all the time, and it's gambling or it's drugs or it's something.
And on top of that, people hate their jobs.
Yeah, that would really suck. That would really fucking suck, dude.
That's why I'm more than ever grateful for what we do.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's like I just can't see myself doing anything else. I'm sure you're the same, right?
Yeah.
And it's just like constant gratitude.
Yeah,
every day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I guess that's pretty much it, man.
Right on.
If you have anything to plug into
there, right check out my podcast, Dark Holes with Durena. It's on all platforms. We kind of go into like internet. It's about me going and diving into different internet like doom scrolling holes. I love it. You can find me on all platforms at Durena, CHEDURENA. All tickets are on Durena.com or Punch Up Live. You can find them there as well. And that's it.
Hell yeah, man. And one last thing before we leave. What's one philosophy that you like to live by?
I like something I really like is like it's no one else's business. So I think we kind of are in an age where everyone tries to put all their shit out and they feel like they need to be accepted for everything. I liked the time when like you knew your neighbors in a way where you're like, oh, we enjoy, like we talk about football, but I'm like, I don't know who you voted for. Keep some of that shit to yourself. I think keep more shit to yourself. Yeah.
Love that. Durena, guys. Thank you guys. Peace.